All right, we are here with ARCA President Ron Drager. Of course, here kicking off the Toledo and Flat Rock Media Day event, which is exciting year for both tracks. How exciting is it to to have Flat Rock Toledo back going again, and starts next week with that Silver Crown race at Toledo?
Yeah, well, when you catch a spring day like this where it's actually in the 70s and the sun is shining, and it helps bring you out of that, the winter season, and it makes you feel like we got something going on. So we have, we'll have race cars on the track at Flat Rock Saturday for practice day. Toledo here, we're looking forward to the USAC Silver Crown. We'll have a practice day on the 19th, and then the race on the 20th, the Hemmelgarn Super Fitness Raleigh Beal Classic. Really feel good about honoring Raleigh Beal and all he meant to the city of Toledo in open wheel racing. Weather-wise, really, really pleased. And with the ARCA Menard Series, we didn't start the greatest with weather. Daytona, we had a 2-day rain over the weekend, so we raced early on Friday night. Phoenix in the desert, we managed to have a thunderstorm that shortened the race. And the Irwindale ARCA Menards West race, we just had to move it to July. So hopefully we got the bad weather out of our system, and we're on to good weather for the summer.
Yeah, hopefully so. This year with the series, I know obviously more cars are going to be in there. Obviously, record number of cars at Daytona, Phoenix as well. What's it like to see all these cars come back to the track and stuff?
Yeah, there's two sides to having lots of cars. One is it's healthy, you feel good, you get a very high quality starting field. Then there's the downside, which is in some cases if you have more cars than the starting field, folks don't get to race, and that's devastating for a race team. So we really try to take that into account. The perfect world is you have a really full field of cars, but everyone that came to race gets to race. And that's I think that's where we're headed probably for the rest of the season. I'm not sure that we'll see any more fields where there's more cars entered than there are starting positions. But the way we look at it is if we're better year over year, then we feel good about things. So better is better.
I know that this is also a big year for the series in terms of obviously a lot of renewals. So, with the with the TV deal coming up at the end of the year, for obviously all the 3 series were settled. Where does ARCA's future in terms of where it's going to be viewed past 2024?
Yeah, a lot of really positive conversations between the NASCAR broadcasting team and Fox for the ARCA Menard Series, FS1, FS2. And really good constructive conversation with the Flow Racing folks for the East and the West races. Daniel Barker and his team at NASCAR, representing us on that front. So those folks at NASCAR Broadcasting doing a great job for us, and then we look forward to 25 and beyond with our broadcast package.
And in terms of entitlement sponsors, Menards has been with you guys for such a long time. I know, if I'm not, and correct me if I'm wrong, that deal is also up after this year. Where are we at in that landscape? Yeah,
really good progress there as well. Had a great meeting in December in Eau Claire with the Menards folks, actually working on a document now that we'll be able to present, and we think that we're in a really good place with Menards. Both sides are very interested in moving forward. We think that we've been able to work with Menards in terms of scheduling races in the markets where their stores are.
Yeah.
Helpfully, promotionally, it's helpful for us to be in markets where there are Menards stores, where there are advanced sale discount tickets available. And a lot of the Menards vendor partners have activated in the ARCA Menards Series as well, including today's announcement, Owens Corning, a Toledo-based company that is a vendor partner of Menards, and for that to become our entitlement sponsor for the fall race here is really cool.
Yeah, in terms of really with the East and the West, with those 2 series, I know where are we at toward with those 2 series heading into next year. I know that the West series has been pretty good. Of course, East, I know East is down to 3 standalone races. What are the future of those 2 series looking like?
Yeah, and you're correct on the West. We feel really good about car counts there. We feel really good about the venues that we're racing at. Nice mix of NASCAR National Series conjunction races and those rich history, traditional racetracks on the West Coast that everybody wants to race at. So feel good there, and the car count continues to climb. A lot of good things going on in the ARCA Menards West. In terms of the East, frankly, we've been managing the standalone schedule based on what we feel like our car count is. And no secret, our car count has not been where we want it to be. Again, we're looking at that as better is better. So if you want to take, for instance, Five Flag Speedway in particular, at its low, that car count there was 13, climbed to 14, climbed to 15. So 16 cars is not where we want to be on a half-mile racetrack like that. But what we see is incremental, more race cars, and we're not going to change it overnight. We know that it's going to be a steady, slow process. As long as we continue to see progress, we feel good about where we're going and what we're doing. We're looking forward to Nashville and to Flat Rock, the other two standalones. We feel like we had a heck of a field of race cars at Five Flags with Bubba Pollard Racing and Jake Finch and William Sawalich and Connor Zilich. We just had a really good quality field of cars and cars that were racing for the lead and racing for the win.
Yeah, for sure. And then really just, with obviously after a long break, Talladega is going to be on the schedule, of course, Kern. You can kind of preview the rest of the year, what it could look like for all three platforms as you guys are really kicking into high gear. I know some tracks have moved around the schedule, but of course it all comes down to this here at Toledo for the main championship.
Yeah, it does. We like to say, it starts at Daytona, and we get to race at such great venues like Charlotte and Talladega and Kansas, and we get to race all the way across the country. Going back to Iowa is a really big deal for us, particularly because it's going to be a NASCAR National Series conjunction weekend with the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series. But all roads lead to Toledo, and October 5th.
Absolutely. Ron Drager, thanks for the time as always. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.